These first 3 years, Brock Purdy is already better than Brady was his first.
So are you?
I don't like Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was better than Brock Purdy.
Neither of you were alive then, so.
Best thing to ever happen in the world.
This is me when all Beerly Trev Scott's tape goes wrong.
Once again! Found some more bets, guys.
Wow. Finally.
Okay. Sorry, I just found these. Christian Watson, top 17 wide receiver.
Who said that?
That was Carrie.
Who bet on that?
Me and Carrie.
What we bet?
12-pack.
Of Randy Moss?
Wes Welker, Danny Amendola. Come on now. Put some respect on their names.
What did
Eric Decker.
What did they do after that?
Player.
Speaking of that, Trevor, are you physically attracted to Jalen Hurts?
No.
You took a long time to answer that.
Well, like.
What's up and welcome back to another episode of the Beerly Football Podcast. It's your boy DJ Nasty Socks on the mic tonight, and we are joined as always by the sick man and snowman Scott, who loves to be pegged. How we doing out there, party people?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. What did you call Carrie? Oh, the sick man.
The sick man. No,
Apparently.
you can't handle this weather. It's too cold, man. Florida. Trevor was sick the other day too.
I did, yeah. With the weather, it's not bad, but it's cold. It's not cold. It's just
It's cold. It's
70.
like 50s.
And the sun isn't out. Like,
Guys, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the high is like 35 here.
Yeah, that's why we don't live in Antarctica, man.
It's not
this is the
Antarctica,
best I've felt
it's
in
Georgia.
weeks. So
It's Georgia.
You got snow last week, right, Zach?
I did get snow last week. I built a snowman.
Wow.
With
That was
my
cute.
beautiful wife.
It was cute.
Yeah. He's my little boy.
Zach,
But,
what's the story behind DJ Nasty Socks? Because my mind's going a lot of places trying to break that down.
Dude, it's just, it's honestly, it's too long of a story to tell on the podcast.
I got a few nasty socks, but I don't know.
No, good.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if yours talking about the same thing or something else.
Probably
I
something
guess we'll
different.
never know.
Probably something different, but I guess we'll never know. Unless we start like a talk podcast, but those are kind of boring to me and overplayed, so we're probably not going to do that.
Let's talk
Yeah,
to
maybe
him.
the wide receiver room, though.
The wide receiver room could happen. Alrighty.
You know who my dream third would be? And that, sorry, Carrie,
What?
but me, you, and John Gruden with a wide receiver room podcast. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm good friends with that. I could probably DM him.
Yeah.
Hey,
you
how's
know,
Barstool got you jumping on a new podcast called The Wide Receiver Room?
Yeah, tell him.
I might
Let's
do
make
that.
it. Let's make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
What are you boys drinking tonight?
I'll let everyone else go first because I don't know. That's the fun part about mine is I have no idea.
He doesn't know. Interesting.
I'll go
don't know.
first because I got a fun one. I know Carrie's just going to bring a sickly energy, so we don't want to start with that.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's probably got some.
Don't want to do that.
I don't know. But anyways, it's a pretty nice can. I didn't need beer. I still have some of that beer from the other weekend when you guys were here. But I saw this at a gas station. Key Billy, an Island Ale with a key lime juice, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've had a few sips already. It's very cold, though. It's not even that it's that good. It's just really cold. So even a bad beer really cold is pretty good.
You had the cider. You had cider last week, didn't you?
I had the
I
by
was
the way,
dead last week, so
yeah, good to
Jack
have you
was
back,
dead.
Zach.
yeah.
What are those called? The ones that you brought?
Not Red Wickeds, I think. No.
Yeah, Wickeds. No,
It's I think it's the
no,
one
it's
Zach
something
at
else.
Angry Orchard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one Zach at his wedding, I think.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good. I think I know I still have some Peronis in the fridge. But I
What
didn't
are,
want
what
to
are
do
you
it.
drinking, Carrie?
I got an old speckled hen, and it tastes distinctive English pale ale.
Hey, farmer boy, what the heck?
I know.
I got an old hen.
It tastes like an IPA. It's a dark. Once again, another dark beer. Wait,
It's rare for you.
it owes its name not to a bird, but to a car, a paint-splattered feather white. I don't want to read all this, but
That's why you read the small print, man.
But you know what? Being
You went
sick,
from farmer to like car owner.
but drinking beer and being sick is not a good combo because between the mucus in my mouth and like this dark craft beer, it's an interesting aftertaste.
You probably just need it colder, man.
It might be right. Let's just put it in the freezer, you know.
So it's you're sick, but you still have the fan on. Explain that to me.
Yeah, that's a little confusing.
Because it get hot.
You have a hoodie on.
I know. Because I don't want to be cold, but I want to be hot. Don't ask.
This guy's a very confusing person. So, actually, before I open my beer, okay, I need to hold on.
That's like when you come to my apartment, like every 5 minutes you get up and put some socks on, and then you take them back off, then you put a pair of sweatpants on.
So
and you take it back off.
for the audience at home that don't know this, my mom brews her own beer.
Oh,
It's been a while since you've had one of those, hasn't it?
oh.
Been a while since I've had one of those on the show. I don't know what these are because they are unmarked.
Oh.
So we're gonna explore this world together.
Tell me what it tastes like.
The problem is that occasionally they will be overcarbonated and explode. So I brought the trash can right here next to me. We might get some fireworks on the show tonight.
Zach, is there a chance that
This first one's got a USA cap on it, so that's fine.
Is there a chance that the overcarbonation happens in your stomach and we see a Seagram?
Literally, and fuck you, and literally
a vomit.
That's not how that works.
A vomit situation.
Okay. Not overcarbonated. I tell you what, it smells like a cider.
I really wanted to see it explode all over your face, Zach.
Smells like a cider.
Did you see that Kay Adams clip?
I have seen that. I don't get the hype.
That's a cider, and it is very good.
I don't know why people are obsessed
thriving
with it.
tonight. When I get to the second beer, I'll tell you guys what that is, but I don't know yet. So
her cider
is your mom's? How do I ask this? Are they normally like heavy?
What do you mean?
Like the
ABV?
Yeah.
It's pretty standard. I mean, if
those are cider around 5-7%.
You have one,
5-7. Yeah.
Didn't you have one, Trevor?
Okay. What's that?
Didn't you have one we went to?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. I had one that night at the was it? Do we have a bonfire, or were we just sitting in a circle?
We're sitting in a circle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were playing Ring of Fire. Not
yeah.
No, we did have a bonfire after.
I don't know. Trevor's depressed about some girl.
We had a bonfire after. That was certainly a time in life.
But that's pretty good. It's our cranberry apple cider. It's very good. So that's what I'm starting with. I don't know what I'm finishing with.
Okay.
It's sitting over there. It's calling my name. We'll get there soon.
I have a good second beer too, so I hope I get to the second one soon.
Also, happy to be back. I know I already said this. Wasn't here last week. I don't know what kind of shenanigans went on the show last week.
Not much.
Because I was physically dead.
He's dead.
I was sick last week.
So here's the thing. So the night before, I drove back to Georgia, I was at Trevor's until like 1 a.m. and then drove home. So it was up late, and then I did stuff that day, and then realized that I was working the next day. I was supposed to have the next day off. They put me on the schedule for the next day. So at 8 o'clock, I drove 7 hours
7 hours commercial-free football.
I thought it was a little worse. I thought it was maybe 8 or 9 hours, but still 7 hours at that
7
time.
hours, but like I had to stop twice for gas, and I had to pee a lot.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
So it ended up totaling about 8.5 hours. I got home at like 5 in the morning.
And you had to work at what, 7?
I had work at 7, but I told him I was not going to be there at no. I had work at 9. I told them I was not going to be there at 9.
Yeah.
Just that was not happening. I woke up at like 10:30, got to work at noon, and then closed the pro shop. But when I got home, I texted the guys. I was like, I don't think I could do it tonight, guys. I don't think I got it that in me.
I don't blame
So
you.
I guess he's a valid excuse for not showing up.
I would have been like this. Welcome back to.
Who lost? Did anyone lose last week that maybe Zach was really tore up about? Actually?
I was pretty tore up. Yeah.
We haven't talked about last week yet.
No, that would be week 18.
Oh, week 18.
Oh, week 18.
No.
Did anything happen in week 18 that Zach was just so upset about? Probably not. Not much happened in week 18, dude.
It was
Not
a pretty
really.
uneventful week of football.
Yeah. So we can talk about playoffs.
Let's talk about playoffs. Playoffs. We can't
Playoffs.
even win a game.
Should we just go through them game by game?
Yeah, we
Zane's
should go
in
in,
here. New beer, new year.
It is.
Should go in order.
It's not our first episode of the year, but appreciate you being here, Zane.
Trevor, you want to talk about Justin Herbert? Your favorite player in the NFL?
Dude, look at the look on his face. He's been waiting for someone to ask him about it.
It's
He's
like
like-
putting a turkey bone, a turkey leg in front of like a rabid dog, dude. I don't even want to say what I want to say.
What do you want to say?
This is why you don't put this guy in your top 5 or anywhere close to your top 5. After the season Justin Herbert had, it's the highest that I've ever had him. I think he finished the year at quarterback 9, which is a good spot for him to be in. I still think his best days are ahead of him, but he's not. This isn't a guy like I'll put like the group that I put around 5. I'd rather have. Well, it's not even an I'd rather have situation, but Jared Goff is more of a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of other.
Oh, I heard one person with Zach won't agree with Purdy over Herbert.
It's close. Right now, for me, it's close.
Really?
Well, it just depends on what the discussion is. Like, are we making a team? Are we starting like a Madden team?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I got berated for saying that Herbert was better than Purdy the other day by Trevor, but I guess
Berated?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're not. That's not what the question was. The question is like we're talking about real life. We're talking about the NFL. Like we've seen Brock Purdy at least like play well. We've seen Brock Purdy play well in Super Bowls against Kansas City, and then like this is
True.
the extent that we've seen from Justin Herbert. It's not really comparable. That's why I take Purdy. That's why I don't like Herbert around. My biggest beef with Justin Herbert and his fans, it's like putting him around top 5. No way.
Well, there's just
No
like
way could you put this guy
you've
around.
seen all the
top
bad quarterback play. There is such a fall off after the top 4.
I don't know who quarterback 5 is.
There
I'm pretty
is
sure
no-
it's Jared Goff.
I
There's
think
no-
the clear number 5 right now has got to be Jared Goff. but-
probably Goff, but it's like it's a huge step off after those top.
Yeah, I agree.
But there's a lot of players like I could probably name you 5 that I would hear an argument with.
But it like changes every week on it. It's changed for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But we're about to go months without Justin Herbert. We can't put him higher, put him lower. I don't want May to come around like we do every May, and you, Carrie, start calling him top 5 again.
Yeah, if you get some help. That's the thing. Like
They just need to draft wide receivers in round 1, 2, and 3.
Now, what they need to do
they need
is
a whole
overpay.
lot.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but overpay T. Higgins. Like, give him as much money as he wants. Because they have a lot of money to spend.
But they had no running game in that game whatsoever. Will Dissly could not catch a pass at tight end. Quentin Johnson dropped everything. Like,
Well,
if
I
you
mean,
look
but
at-
like you got to expect it when you're throwing the ball to Quentin Johnson. You got to expect like there's a 70% chance he drops it.
but like in a
Zach,
playoff
something you
game,
missed.
in a playoff game, he only had two players that had more than one catch in that game. Like Lad McConkey was the only guy that even showed up in that game for them. Like, yeah, Herbert made all those interceptions weren't his fault either. I mean, Herbert did not play well in that game at all, but
Okay.
I mean, Zach said, I think this offseason, that he said he would have Herbert in the MVP conversation if he could get the Chargers to the playoffs, which how bad of a team this was. I mean, this
I
was
wouldn't say that.
nobody expected this Chargers team to go far, even make the playoffs.
Kerry, last week on the show, week 18, I think before everything was finalized, I don't know, maybe you said this 2 weeks ago, but you said you would take the Chargers over the Ravens.
No, I didn't. I said it could happen. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly. Now you could see.
Any team could beat a team on a given Sunday. It could happen.
The Chargers could not beat the Ravens or the Bills in the wild card round. It's not going to happen. So
football, it could happen. Any team.
Anything can happen. I'm with Kerry on this. Anything
not this
can happen.
Chargers team.
That's why they play the games. See, this is what happens. Yeah. Kerry, this is what happens when you talk to SEC fans. It's the hypothetical champions of the world. If they're favored in a game, that game's already been won.
Zach, they've played. The Ravens already beat them this year, and they would do it again just as easily as they did.
Everybody said the Chargers were going to beat the Texans, and look what happened.
Yeah, they're really well coached. They got a good defense. A lot of those big deals on defense got restructured, so they got a lot of money. They need to throw it to T. Higgins. And if I'm T. Higgins, I think the only thing I would really consider would be going back to the Bengals or going to the Chargers, honestly. I wouldn't even –
go to the Jags if they can get rid of Gabe Davis.
Patriots. I know Kerry wants to see him on the Patriots, but I wouldn't want to go there if I was T. Higgins. I don't know. Maybe.
I would love to see Chargers, though, grabbing one of the tight ends in either Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland in the first round. I think both would be great fits for their offense.
Who's the first one you said?
Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren from Penn State.
Oh, Tyler Warren, yeah, from Penn State.
Also, we did this last year. Let's do it again. What should be the one goal for the offseason for each of these teams that got eliminated? So start with Chargers.
They need weapons. They need skill guys. Skill guys. At every spot. Running back, wide receiver, tight end, they need skill players.
And interior line is not great either.
So. Interior line's not great either, but
they're a good team. I mean, they got to the playoffs with it. And they were in that game.
But the problem is if you don't have anybody that can get open quick, or if you only have one guy that can get open quick, it's a problem. Because your offensive line will get exposed. Especially against good teams.
T. Higgins, I think if they get T. Higgins, this could be a serious, I don't know what kind of conversation you want to have, regular season wins or.
The AFC is tough, and the AFC is going to be better next year.
It would be a serious team. I don't know. They would be competitive every week, no matter who they played. They got T. Higgins.
I think the Broncos will be a better team than the Chargers next year.
What if the Chargers had T. Higgins?
I think the Broncos will still be a better team. Both of them have to do the same thing. They both have to add weapons.
It would be kind of close, but I would really like the Chargers if they got T. Higgins. Because I love McConkey, dude.
He's great. I wish the Patriots.
He's so good, dude. Once he left Georgia, I loved him.
All right, how about the Steelers and Ravens, Trevor? Russell Wilson. He's hyped him up so long.
Wait, are we not doing what do these teams need to do? They got eliminated? Or are we talking game by game?
Game by game.
Game by game. Okay, that makes sense.
Russell Poopy Wilson. Justin Fields with what? 4-2 as a starter. Russell Wilson with
Mr. Unlimited bad play.
Is not a quarterback stat, by the way. Team wins, especially when you're led by your defense. Silly. But Russ was the best Steeler in this game. For sure. The whole team was terrible. It was a 2-score game, but this really could have been a 40-15 game. If they didn't keep score, but they do keep score. But if they didn't keep score and I watched this game, I would have told you the score was 39-10. But yeah, the Steelers just need a hard reset. I don't know if that means firing Mike Tomlin. It shouldn't.
At some point, though, I think Mike Tomlin's a good coach. I don't think, and I said this at the beginning of the year, for them to be over 500 is incredibly impressive to me, considering the players that they have on the roster. They have a great defense, but the offense, George Pickens is too inconsistent to be considered a top wide receiver. Russ and Justin Fields, one of them needed to have a big year, and neither of them did. So, I mean,
We do not need to see another year of Najee Harris as a starting running back.
And Najee Harris
They
had like
said they're
3
not
good
bringing
weeks
him
of
back.
football.
They said they're not bringing him back. This is his or they didn't pick up his
Option.
extra year or something. So
Yeah.
he's gonna hit free agency. That could be he could be a Charger.
Ashton Genty seems like a Steeler, honestly.
That would be so annoying, and they just run it back with Russ and they'd have the same exact season.
I mean, that's
I
what
think
Mike Tomlin's been doing every year of his career. Ever since that Super Bowl, he's been having the same exact season.
Just keep it
Yeah,
going.
I kind of want to talk to a Steelers fan. We should get Nick Fairbaugh on here sometime.
Off season, baby. Off season.
He was a good one. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how the fan. I want to get them now while they're upset, right when their season just finished, because they're Steelers fans. They're prideful. I want to get them right after they got shot in the heart.
And they lost to a division rival.
Right. Yeah.
They got knocked out by a division rival. That's got to hurt them a
Without
little
Zay.
bit more.
Without Zay, so they have a
Without
chance.
Zay, and I don't think he's playing this week either.
He's doubtful,
Yeah,
which we'll get to that, I'm sure.
but I think quarterback's an obvious thing that the Steelers need to figure out. I think running it back again with Russ next year is a horrible idea. He lacks the pop that he had when he was younger, and I don't even know how to say it other than that. And it's not like pop when he throws the football, like the speed of the ball. He just doesn't have the same. I don't know. It's kind of like
the problem is he thinks he's young still and he can extend the plays and he can't. Like those guys coming after him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't have that same playmaking ability.
He just gets sacked. Yeah.
Or like and his deep ball's gotten worse.
Mentally, he's Mr. Unlimited. Emotionally, he's Mr. Unlimited. Physically, he's a little limited. So, Russ.
Limited.
Yeah, I love you, Russ, but physically,
But I mean, I think they definitely need to figure out the quarterback situation.
What do you guys think
would
about?
Not hurt to add weapons to that roster as well.
So we think Cam Ward and Shador Sanders will both be gone in the top 10. So not even a thought for the Steelers. But what about a late round quarterback? It wouldn't be a very Steelers thing to do, but could you see the Steelers taking somebody at 23, 24, whatever they have?
I don't think there's another quarterback in the draft worth going in the first round. I
agree. What if they took a chance on Milroe?
I like Dart.
And Mike Tomlin with Jalen Milroe? Dude,
I think
right there.
Jalen Milroe is not an NFL quarterback.
That's what they said about Lamar Jackson.
The next couple draft classes.
No, that's what they said about Anthony Richardson, and they were right.
No,
because at least Lamar, even coming out of college, Lamar had more passing ability than both of those guys. A lot more. And he was a better runner.
They told my man to be a receiver, to be a corner. Be a cornerback is crazy, dude. In your draft interviews, I'm the Heisman winning quarterback. You ever played DB? That's nasty, dude. Those people are not seeing the pearly games.
I mean, it's like Tebow getting the NFL and then telling him to play tight end.
They might.
He's a Heisman winning quarterback, multiple time national champion.
I just say blow it up. Let's get Najee out of here. These QBs aren't the answer.
Jalen Milroe
to Tomlin out of here.
That's my
dude. If they take Jalen Milroe, they're cooked for the next
20
years. They're not. Listen, they're not doing anything for 20 years if they take Jalen Milroe in the draft.
20.
Yes.
I saw.
You think Jalen Milroe, one player, is going to set him back 20 years?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That pick will set him back 20 years, dude.
Everybody's tanking for Arch now.
He's not going to make it past his rookie contract. 19 years later, they're going to be like, Milroe.
See, even the fans agree. Lamar was special.
Lamar wanted to go to an in-state school in Florida. Florida, Miami, and Florida State. All three of our schools told him to play another position. So he went to Louisville, where they said he could play quarterback. Fun fact. Anyways. Yeah, Jalen Milroe to the Steelers. Called it. That's not a thing, right? Nobody's been saying that? I'm first. I can trademark that idea.
Yeah, you can trademark that. I'll let you have that one.
Make that my whole personality on Twitter.
Yeah, you can make that your whole personality.
All right.
How about
if he gets taken in the first round? That would be crazy. Milrow.
He was going in the first round for a while, and I've started to see a couple mocks him go back in it. But
Dude, I couldn't even tell you. Quarterback 3, who's it going to be? Right now, just quick. Who's it
Right
gonna be?
now, I think
it's Dart.
Dart's not in the draft. I don't
Dart?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, is he?
Jackson Dart?
Kuiper has him QB3, Trevor. It's it. Who else is it? It's Ewers, Milrow, or Dart. After that, Will Howard,
Are
maybe.
you
I don't
serious?
know.
Will Howard is not higher than Jackson Dart.
It's a terrible QB class. Terrible.
I think.
I'm
I think.
surprised Will Howard hasn't picked up.
Riley-
I think if I was a GM and I was looking at this quarterback class, I'm not taking a guy if it's not Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders. I'm not taking a guy in the first round. I'm probably not drafting a quarterback until round 3 if those two guys are gone. And I think my third, like that guy, I'm going off potential here. Probably Ewers. I think he's got more potential than Dart. I think he's got. But Milrow's got potential. It's just whether or not he can release a football online. Like if he could hit the broadside of a barn, like that'd be cool. But I
hate watching Jalen Milrow. I started watching him at the beginning of the season, and I was like, this guy might be something. And then by week 9, I was like, yeah, that's something's like a receiver. Special teams.
Special teams.
I kind of hope he gets drafted, though. And
Shout out to Denard Robinson.
yeah, I hope Jalen Milrow gets drafted to a team with a good coach and good coaching. So the Steelers would be a good pick, but yeah, I don't know. That was, I guess,
but they haven't ever developed a quarterback. Not since their previous coach was just 20 years ago.
Who if they draft? The only that I could think.
Kenny Pickett. They had Mason Rudolph.
They haven't drafted that many though in the last like 20 years.
Yeah,
because Ben was there for like
15.
ever.
Who's
But
been
like,
their quarterbacks after Ben?
Remember Cordell?
But even the guys that they did have like on roster that they would take in the draft never became anything.
Landry Jones.
Landry Jones, Mason Rudolph.
Did they ever take a quarterback early, like second?
I mean,
or third
Pickett.
Round? 1, 2.
Rudolph
Yeah, Pickett was first
third
round.
or fourth.
Yeah.
They just don't draft quarterbacks. But they should. These GMs and owners got to understand that like nobody lives forever. You might as well draft a quarterback in the first round. You're getting
I got
old.
a nosebleed when I sneezed.
Nice.
Talking about the Steelers, bro's got a nosebleed.
All right, Trevor. What about Broncos Bills? Another Josh Allen playoff win.
So I'll tell you what, the first half of this game looked like it was a game, man. And if
You mean
it
the
wasn't
first-
for
Minutes
The
on the
first
clock.
drive.
if it wasn't for Will Lutz clanking a field goal at the end of the first half, it would have been 10-10 at halftime. Not that would have made a difference on the final score. Second half was all Buffalo. Shout out to the coaching staff. Yeah, 31. I mean, what do you want to say about this game, man? 31-7. What do you want to?
I just don't get why a team that struggled with the run all season ran the ball so much against Buffalo.
The Broncos?
They have a terrible running game.
Yeah, Javonte Williams, he's in the last year of his contract. I don't think, or maybe next year I actually think it's next year. But, yeah, outside of him, they got Jaleel McLaughlin, who was the all-time. He's got the record, the college record for most yards, most rushing yards. But it was at a small school.
Put me back in, coach. Put me back in.
They could get Ashton Genty. I don't know. Is Idaho elevated at all?
I could see Higgins there.
T. Higgins. I don't know. Like at that point, why are you leaving the Bengals to go to like Bo Nix and the Broncos? That's a gamble. If you're gonna gamble, I'd gamble on the Chargers.
I don't know. But Broncos definitely need some skill player help too.
Bro, I thought it was gonna be a game though when they opened it up to Troy Franklin at the beginning of the game, that 50-yard bomb. Man, people were hyped because a lot of people bet on the Broncos. They were a pretty big bet on team. I think they're
Beer number 2. I don't know what it is.
It's pickle juice.
they had a pretty good payout if they won, which they did not, or if they covered, which they did not.
It's a beer. It's a little flat. which kind of stinks. But
Or does it
is
just taste
beer.
like a light beer? Oh, a flat light beer? You know, I used to prefer my sodas that way, flat.
That's crazy.
Gross.
Like I would go and I would take the lid off, or I would open them like
No,
2
that's a
hours
dark beer.
before I wanted them. Set 'em
That's a
in the
dark
fridge.
beer. I don't know what kind, but it is a dark beer.
I actually just ran out
It's
of.
not bad. It's just flat, which is unfortunate. But
Dude, I'm gonna go back-to-back IPAs tonight.
That's
Once I'm
beautiful.
done with this, I don't think I've ever done that before.
I did last night
feeling
on
this first one.
Barely Out of Bounds. I went back to back IPAs.
Wow.
Had
Impressive.
4 of them because I finished the wedding beer. The wedding beer is gone.
Rest in peace.
It was my last 4. I poured 4 of them into this thing and just drank that.
That's
I think
America
you said
right
2
there.
weeks ago that the next episode, the wedding beer, would be gone.
Yep.
He was right.
Listen, I don't lie.
Zach
All right.
Stradamus strikes again.
Yep.
Let's talk about a game between one of my least favorite quarterbacks and one of Zach's least favorite quarterbacks and how terrible both of them were. But one of them was carried by the rest of his team. The other one was just carried by him throwing the ball to the other team.
I
Eagles,
hope he's injured, dude.
man, Jalen Hurts had to do nothing in this game.
This was such a horrible game to watch. Like
It was
could tell-
rough. It was
you
rough
could
to
tell,
watch.
like in the second half, that the Eagles didn't like want to open anything up. Didn't feel like they had to go score because if they punted it back, the Packers were not going to do anything. They were not going to score. It was just a boring game to watch.
Yep.
Like,
The second half was terrible. I thought it'd open up some in the second half, but
still, I mean, Packers had 2 healthy wide receivers by the end of the game.
who got hurt? Jaden Reed.
Well, Watson was out. Reed and Dobbs both left the game.
Yeah, I bet on Jordan Reed actually,
Nice.
and he got I think he got
I want to say
a big injury.
the Packers' offense was terrible, but their defense played really well in this game for a very talented Eagles offense. They kept them in it. If Jordan Love didn't throw the ball to the Eagles every other down.
Listen, I've been telling you guys. What I tweet at halftime. The only person that can save them at this point, Malik Willis.
Yeah, I was
I
high
feel
on
like the Packers are kind of like the Chargers.
Love
Like,
and
in
Herbert
terms
is
of
similar.
Scariness, you know.
For
They're
the
like a good
Packers,
regular
I
season
think
team.
you gotta make Jordan Love better, or
He just needs a go-to. They don't have a go-to guy. Like who?
but also, like I get that, like a wide receiver 1 would help, but like who do you go after if you're the Packers?
There's a rumor with Devontae going back that people wanted him.
I did see that, but Devontae's not the same guy he was.
but he's
5-6
still
years ago.
he's still a guy he can throw to over Christian Watson and who can't stay healthy
On third down,
Yeah, you
He's
trust
way-
Adam
Yeah.
Smith, guy.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I saw the Packers lead the league in drops again this year.
I like
Maybe.
Jaden Reed though. That's somebody I want to get in our Madden league. Honestly,
He just disappears though. He'll have like 3 good games, and he'll just like not do anything for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, he'd fit right in.
Exactly.
Trevor's Madden team doesn't throw the ball a whole lot.
No, we do now. We had Bo Nix had like 240 yards this year. Russ had like
Bo Nix got out yardage and out touchdown by a guy that started like half the season.
and out interception.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also true.
But he's a
Bo Nix
gunslinger, man. What do you want to say? He puts
Dude.
up 42 a game. Who cares?
Bo Nix was either like AFC quarterback 1 or rookie of the year 1, like after 17 weeks, and then he didn't play week 18 and he lost all of it. He didn't win rookie of the year, didn't win best quarterback. Rip. Oh well, we got our eyes set on bigger. We'll see.
Hi, Trevor.
We'll see.
All right. Sunday night football. Trevor, is a rough day for your team. Getting MVP chance for the opponent quarterback at your own stadium.
Yeah, that was
Jalen Daniels
tough.
Came in, got the win.
Bro, I checked out of this game. This is like the worst kind of game to watch too, because like I knew they were gonna lose when Jamel Dean got hurt and they couldn't cover Terry McLaurin, couldn't cover De'Ami Brown even.
He was
I knew
wide
they were
open
gonna
that whole
lose.
game.
But it was
De'Ami
just
Brown
close
is
the
not
whole
a
second
bad
half.
wide receiver. I love De'Ami Brown. He's
What
like one of
does
those
the
random
body
players
position?
that I love for no reason.
It was like a slow death, honestly. And I don't know why I deserve that or Bucks fans deserve that, but it was like a slow death because that second half, we couldn't stop them. I don't know how it was a 3-point game, but.
It's like every drive, it was just like 10 plays.
And they
killing
doinked. Didn't they doink the game-winning
Yeah,
field goal?
Yeah.
yeah.
They doinked it in, yeah.
Yeah,
Zane,
that was-
Zane punched a hole in a wall, I think.
This was a painful loss for the Bucks because they really
He called,
felt like they
he
were.
called me the next day calling Zane Gonzalez expletives, which I will not repeat on the show.
Zane
I saw
hates
a
Zane.
Facebook post about his hair.
Yeah. But
That's all I'll say about that.
Poor Zane. Zane really let Zane down.
yeah.
This would have been a really good game to watch with Zane. Like, I like a fly on a wall.
Yeah. You don't want to be there because there's a decent chance you get hurt by like flying debris.
And
But, like-
flies are very nimble, very quick. They
Yeah.
can,
They got good reaction time and have 360-degree vision. So
They do. They're like unstuck. They're like Iron Man if they weren't so small. They could stand a chance if they weren't tiny. But yeah, this was a heartbreaking game for the Bucks. I don't know.
what do the Bucks need?
Probably just a little bit because you know what kind of football they're going to play. They're going to spread them out. They're going to throw it at you. They're going to play pretty good defense, but they're just going to try and outgun you, outscore you. Offense took their biggest hit when Chris Godwin got hurt. So probably just like
Another
I think
wide
I've seen-
receiver.
McMillan
ESPN and stuff wants him to take a pass rusher.
McMillan
so-
really stepped up, though.
Huh?
McMillan really stepped up, so it'll be good.
Yeah, but after that, bro. Godwin's gone. He's not going to get re-signed.
You don't think he'll come back?
Huh?
You don't think he'll come back?
I don't know why you'd want him back with his injury history.
But
True.
he might stay for cheap. Like, because he was going to get a lot of money, and that's why they probably weren't going to re-sign him. But
That's
now,
honestly, whoever misses out on Higgins, like the Chargers, Packers, should take a chance on Godwin.
I agree.
yeah, but how much are you going to pay a guy like that? Because he was going to get a lot of money if he didn't get hurt. He was having a really good year.
I
Yeah.
don't know, like 12 or 15.
And the problem was that the Bucks didn't have enough money to re-sign him. That was going to be the problem.
Yeah.
But he got hurt. So I don't know if the best idea is drafting a wide receiver early because McMillan's.
I would take a chance on a guy with high upside in like the second or third round.
You know what I would do, which is not going to happen. It's Todd Bowles, the Glazers. It'll never happen. But I don't know, like a 2-year deal or a trade for Tyreek Hill. But it won't happen.
That'd be interesting.
Dude, Tyreek Hill with Baker? Are you kidding me? And they got Mike Evans.
That'd be nasty.
They need some depth in their secondary for sure. That's why they lost.
But they also need an heir apparent on that team to Mike Evans to like grow underneath him. Like learn from a guy that's done it for a long time and a guy that plays a similar style to Mike Evans, like another X.
Maybe McMillan. McMillan plays a lot in the slot though, but I mean,
But
what
he had
impossible to duplicate.
I think he had like 7 touchdowns in his last 5 games or something crazy. He really
Mike Evans?
No, McMillan after Godwin got hurt.
Zane says I would get a lineman or a DB.
Yeah, definitely. The reason they lost that game was their depth at defensive back. If they had a cornerback that could go in there when Jamel Dean went down, it would have been fine. But it was not fine. It was a slow death. And I understand if you broke something, Zane.
Who was that guy? Biggers?
Oh, EJ Biggers? Back in the
EJ
day?
Biggers, dude. Was he playing Bucks defense in the second?
No, EJ Biggers would just get fried short, and then like it would be like a 50-yard touchdown like in the air, and he would be like 10 yards behind the guy. Dude, the Bucks were just getting diced by De'Ami Brown. Like slants, digs, anything. He was winning. He was open in the middle of the field. It was a hard watch.
EJ Biggers,
Rough.
dude.
EJ Biggers was.
I remember that
was
used to be a phrase when we were playing football and someone got toasted.
burning somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when it was really
EJ
bad.
Biggers out there on
Yeah.
defense.
And then Brady just came through one
Wasn't
year.
he a wide
randomly.
receiver that transitioned to DB in the NFL and
I don't
somehow
know,
stayed
maybe.
on that Bucks team for like 4 years? He was horrible. He was so bad.
Me and
Surely
my
there's
dad
a
were
free agent you could sign.
Me and my dad were at a thing where you like met the players and they signed like a pennant. 'Cause it
I
was the
remember the
Bucks.
story, yeah.
They won like 4 games. Like nobody cared about these guys. They weren't busy in the off season. So my dad was like, "That's EJ Biggers right there. Go up to him, tell him to turn around, and that's how like you'll recognize him or something because he's always getting burnt." He probably would have slapped me if I did that. I wonder what EJ Biggers is up to nowadays.
I don't know.
He's
Could be
host of the
anything.
Billy Football Podcast.
He's probably
That's
got a
probably
podcast.
like my biggest. Like if you needed me to pull a random NFL player, I'd probably I'd probably pull him. If there was a way to test that, like the most random football player you could think of, like test how random it was, I would put EJ Biggers as mine.
Oh, he's a coach now.
Really? Did you find him on social media or
Yeah.
is he on LinkedIn? I might send him a,
Connect.
He's a defensive back linebacker position coach, and he's also the president of EJ Big, all capital,
Wow.
Biggers Foundation.
Impressive.
Okay. What school or what football team?
High
It says
school.
Big Z Academy, but when I click on it,
Big Z
Nothing comes
Academy. Is that what they're calling schools? Big Z Academy. Where you go? I got a big.
he
Z
also
Academy.
hasn't been active, it looks like, since 2020. So
Maybe
Are you
died
really
with
on
COVID.
LinkedIn?
no, this is his.
Twitter?
That was his Twitter. That'd be
Well, that's
funny if he
good.
did have a LinkedIn, though.
That's good to know that he was alive in the last 5 years. I wish him the best, man.
Yeah, and he's listening right now. Come on.
Oh,
the call.
he does have a LinkedIn. No way.
Really?
Wait, hold on.
5 mutuals?
I don't have any mutuals.
Darn.
It doesn't look like. Wait,
That would be crazy.
hold on. See my mutual connections.
Wait, how do you know this is the NFL player?
Could be
It
another.
says so.
Yeah, he says in his
okay.
bio. He's got to put that when he's applying for jobs at
Zach
Yeah,
saw the
yeah,
first
yeah.
guy with dreads, and he was like, "This is him."
I don't have any mutuals with this guy,
Darn.
sadly. He also has not posted ever on his LinkedIn.
Darn.
So the last update. he
The last
had was
update.
EJ Biggers.
Well, it says professional athlete at the NFL, EJ Biggers Foundation, and then
Is EJ Biggers
senior
dead?
high school football coach.
We'd have to go to the foundation and see if the foundation is
Contact info.
Because if he's like,
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's up to. I'm wishing him the best, though. Shout out to EJ Biggers. No one has mentioned that name in years.
yeah.
All right, Zach. Last game.
I bet if you
You
Google
hyped him up
EJ
all
Biggers,
season.
people would be like,
He just
"Are you
fell
sure?"
off.
What?
Zach, how does Sam Darnold come back?
Well,
Raiders uniform?
I think the Sam Darnold question's an interesting one because, I think he clearly has the ability to play at a high level. I mean, he did so for 95% of the season. He finished on 2 rough games, but I think those rough games being back to back. I think that it says that the Lions figured out how to stop the Vikings, and the Rams just emulated that. And here's what I'll say. Here's what I think they did. Trevor, you're going to like this. I think this is almost exactly what Trevor does in Madden. They ran man defense, so no one gets open early. No one gets open quick. And then they did a zone in the middle of the field with a safety and brought 5.
Are you talking about the Rams?
Yeah, the Rams. They did that a lot. Watching the tape back.
Jared Verse was a beast, dude.
But I mean, it looked like the first option wasn't there, the second option wasn't there, and when those 2 options weren't there, the defense got in his face. He tried to scramble and move around to look for someone else downfield, and then he would take his eyes off the person that's open too quickly, So it did look like he was frazzled by the rush, but I think it had more to do with the coverage than necessarily anything else. Like the coverage was really good in the Rams game. I thought he was like he wasn't incredible in the Rams game accuracy-wise, but he did look better in the Rams game than he did against the Lions. I think the Lions was a lot of errant passes.
He looked terrible against the Rams.
He didn't look
held
as
on to the
I
ball
thought he looked worse against the Lions.
He was terrible against the Rams.
I thought he looked a lot worse against the Lions.
He held on to the ball so long in that game.
Gary, I've heard a lot of people, and I guess it doesn't matter. Everybody's just people talking. But I heard a lot of people saying that it was the offensive line's fault. And that I hate how much I see Dan Orlovsky on my Twitter now, dude. Every time I log in, it's that guy. But
because you interact with him, so you see him all the time.
He said that Sam Darnold would be like 4th or 5th on the list of reasons why the Vikings lost the game. I don't know. I went to bed at halftime, so I don't know.
Like, obviously, not every sack is on him, but he held on to the ball just so long.
He did hold on to the ball.
Okay.
Throws.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but are you sure that there were receivers open? Are you sure that there was a good spot?
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Not all the time. There was receivers open.
So that's what I'm saying. The coverage that the Rams were playing worked against the Vikings. Like, I was watching a lot of the sacks, and there's the only person to go to is a running back coming out of the backfield, which is going the opposite way of which Sam Darnold is scrambling, which is a throw that, like, you're not going to be able to make. So it's like, but like what I would like to see Sam Darnold do in that situation is, I understand that he's not a 21-year-old anymore, but he still has enough to where he can scramble and pick up a few yards.
He's mobile.
He's mobile enough. I mean, we saw like at the Jets a couple years ago. I mean, that was half of the offense when he was playing for the Jets was him scrambling. Because they didn't have anybody.
Football back then.
They didn't have anybody on that team.
That was bad football.
Don't hear a crazy stat.
What?
When Sam Darnold didn't play the Rams or the Lions this season, the Vikings went 14-1. He went 0-4 against the Vikings and the Rams.
Who's that one lost?
And those are the 2 earlier games this season when people thought he was going to take a step back because he didn't play well.
The Vikings definitely outdid their expectations. I thought they were at some point in the year.
I think I had Vikings finishing second in the division, so I think I was
I thought they were like the second.
I think I called that perfectly, actually. I think that was one of the divisions I got perfect. It was the NFC North. I think about Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears.
Kerry probably put the Packers first. No, Kerry loves the Lions.
No, I might have had the same as Zach. I'm not sure.
I probably put the Bears.
You had the Bears too.
Yeah, I think I was hyped for Caleb, man. That was like must-see TV. I was so hyped for Caleb. By the way, Gayabera comes from Cigar City Brewing, right down the road, Ybor City.
By the way, what we need to start doing on this show is reaching out to breweries and see if they'll do a sponsorship. It doesn't even have to be cash, but hey, we'll rep your beer on the pod.
We tried that a couple years ago.
The Cigar City Brewing is actually, I think it's 101 years old or 102
but
years old.
It doesn't have to be they don't have to give us cash, just give us a beer for the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Before I forget, I almost forgot about this. Pick'em winners from last week. Before you head into Pick'em, there's only
how many winners do we have?
Only 13, thankfully. Right. Try to help.
I don't feel like listening to this for a long time, so
yeah, thankfully it won't be.
Good, we don't have.
Congrats to our Week 19 winners at ref_guru, ASFLVP, at Level Up Cards, collect sports cards.
Shout out to that guy. What's that guy's name?
On Twitter, yeah.
Level Up,
At Aaron BTLLKSFB, contributor OTW Network, Sox fan nerd, 2-time winner. At CD Merc2, God First, at JBones396 from Texas, at Cartoon Dolan, listen to his music, at Mark Pinnix, Dad and Grandpa, at BB Brown 0523, Eagles fan, at DTLM 6000, loves cats, at Boar XD, he identifies as a bald eagle, at Michael 989-40721, he is a beard, whatever that means, and at Not Your not your underscore Batman Eagles fan. So congrats to all you winners. Beerly Boys wise,
Is there a line that is drawn of what you can and can't identify as?
I don't think so.
You said that guy identified as a bald eagle.
You can. This is 2025. People are do what they want to do. I saw some lady that has a giant like litter box in her house and she just shits in it.
You know, I picking up this beer today in St. Pete, Florida. I'm glad you brought that up. These
Softery.
It's not funny, but it made me laugh. A couple walked in the gas station with like cat ears on, and I heard them like making cat noises to each other. Because I'm so glad you brought that up and said that, dude. Because
it's normal St. Pete behavior, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen. Well, the more south you go.
It was actually Trevor.
Trevor's like,
Yeah,
I've never
cool.
seen that outside of like my bedroom.
No, the closer you get to Gulfport, man, the more.
I've
you
never
gotta
seen
open up
anyone
your-
else do that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
The Beerly Boys all went 1-2 last week. So
Sadly.
What were the games? Who picked the Steelers?
nobody. It was Chargers, Texans. We all picked the Chargers. Eagles, Packers. We all picked the Eagles, and Bucks, Commanders. We all picked the Bucks.
We were all in
You all
agreement
picked
on
the
those.
Bucks?
Yeah. All right.
That's surprising.
So this week we'll do all four.
If I wasn't a Bucks fan, I would have picked the Commanders.
We'll go through each one a bit in depth. Before we do NFL pick'em, national championship. Who you guys picking in that one?
I'm probably not even going to watch that game.
Same.
Wow.
I
don't
hate both
care.
teams. I mean,
Yeah.
unless there's gonna be. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that on the podcast.
It's Notre Dame and
It was
who?
kind of
Ohio
morbid
State?
and cruel.
Ohio State.
Zach, we're kind of going from two teams you hate to two teams you hate. The Texans and the Chiefs.
I don't hate the Texans, and I don't hate the Chiefs. It's different.
I saw
Like,
something on Twitter that
The
said,
hate I have for Notre Dame and Ohio State is like unrivaled. Like it is.
yeah,
it's,
they're terrible.
when that last game was decided, and it was going to be Notre Dame and Ohio State, I was like, okay, welcome to the Hell Bowl.
I do not want to see Riley Leonard win this championship, man.
Here, you've watched the game. Like, you've watched a lot of the Ohio State games, right?
Yeah.
Has Will Howard, because you know how Drew Aller had two good games, showcased his arm a bit, and they were like, oh, quarterback one, go for the draft, right? You saw that. Has Will Howard not played that well?
No,
the same kind of.
Will Howard has played great in the playoffs, but also Will Howard is Jeremiah Smith, Igbuka, Carnell Tate, and great running. He is
So
great.
what's his?
Drew Aller's
what are
receivers
people-
didn't even get a catch in that game.
No, that's not what I was going to say, Zane.
So what's the knock on Will Howard? I don't understand.
He's
he
kind of
He's
just
a-
everything he does is underwhelming.
He's just a game manager with great weapons around him, which works for college.
How big is he?
This is what people say about J.J. McCarthy, that he had a great team around him.
He's like
Will Howard's
6'1",
big though,
maybe.
right?
He's
I
like
heard Will Howard was big, like 6'5".
6'4", 6'5".
Oh, is he that
Google
big?
says he's 6'4", so he's 6'5" in cleats.
I don't know. It is such a bad QB class.
Kyle
Like,
Trask?
Will Howard could jump up.
Does he have a weak arm? 'Cause that's what I think of when I hear Kyle Trask.
I mean, he doesn't have like an impressive arm.
Dude, I'll tell you, Kyle Trask is surgical. Under
watch-
20
if you
yards,
watch-
I swear. Dude, I swear. If
deep-
he ever gets the
his deep ball
chance
is very
to
good
use
against
the league with like no deep balls allowed, Kyle Trask is going to go in there. And be the
Well, I
Tom
mean,
Brady.
he could just be the backup in Miami, and then they wouldn't have a weird like turnover when Tua goes down.
True.
They're getting dark. No, speaking of Miami, Zach, what do you think of Carson Beck going to Miami? Do you like that?
I mean, he's
$10
better
million.
he's better than what we had
Is
in
that
the,
true?
in the room. Like, I don't know if you guys watched the second half of the Pop-Tart poll, but I did. Emory Williams sucks, dude.
He's not great.
He's so bad. You know the worst thing is, it looked like he was trying to play like he was Cam Ward. Like, really nonchalant drop back, and then, like, a slow, like, step into it. And it's like, yeah, but, like, when you do it, it looks slow. when Cam Ward, like,
I
no,
thought-
when you do it, it actually is slow. When Cam Ward does it, it looks slow.
I saw somebody say that like maybe Miami just told him to sit, so they wanted to see if Emory Williams was good enough to be their starter this year, and obviously was not.
I mean, that's kind of
really
the impression
$10
I
million?
got is that they talked to Cam Ward and it's like, hey, can you come play the first half? Cam Ward was like, sure. And then they were like using the second half to see what they had in the quarterback next year. And the answer they got was not great. So then when Carson Beck entered for the draft and his agent came back and said, ain't no fucking way, Miami reached out to him and said, hey, we'll offer you this amount of money to come play for us next year.
Dude, I wonder if Carson Beck's agent had like, I don't know what his appeal was, like a postcard of South Beach or something. When he walked
No,
up to
it's the girl. What's her name?
what
Cavender.
NFL teams wanted me? Oh, Hannah Cavender or the other
Yeah,
Cavender?
they already did. They're already doing like TikToks.
They
and-
suck at basketball, man. They've
Yeah,
been
they're-
dating for a long time. They've been dating for like at least a year.
That's a long time.
For
Yeah.
Trevor.
Dude, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. So, anyways, so I guess,
It's a good chance for him. He should be able to play decently in Miami. He should be able to boost his draft stock a bit. At worst case.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is going to have to change because he's not the same
Miami's-
quarterback that Cam Ward is. But
you guys are losing a lot, right? The receivers, Restrepo, the tight end. Like, you guys are losing a lot of starters, right?
we're not losing that much. The whole O-line is back.
Martinez is gone, right?
Is young.
Martinez, he's gone, right?
Martinez?
I think he went to the
Dude,
draft.
you just named like half of the Miami roster. Martinez.
Yeah. You got to be a little bit more specific. You talking about the running back?
Yeah.
Dude, you go in the Miami
Yeah,
locker
he's
room and you
gone,
say
but
Martinez.
But
Yeah,
like
Fletcher.
we've got plenty of depth at running back. That's not a huge loss.
I know they got a good transfer wide receiver. I forget what his name was.
We got a good transfer at wide receiver, and also we got another guy at wide receiver who's supposed to be all world. He looks good on tape in spring, but
Horton
I
was
don't
pretty good too.
How was that punter you guys got from? I don't watch a ton of.
Horton's
from Australia a few
Yeah.
years ago.
I don't know that.
we had some defensive backs transfer out. We had some
Who's
transfer.
the other
in.
one? Is Jacoby George still there?
I think so. Good double check. But...
Interesting. All right.
I might be an IPA guy, dude. I think I just haven't been drinking them cold enough my whole life.
Trevor, you ready for playoffs?
I think I had a
Oh no,
warm
Jacoby
IPA
George
when
is
I was
done
young.
after this year, so he's going either to the draft or to the employment line.
Oh, so they lost. So they did lose their top three receivers.
Yeah, but we have plenty of guys. I'm not that worried about it.
And the seventh-year tight end.
Yeah, but he was like the third best tight end on the roster, so it's like
It was
But
nice.
it's that experience, man.
so.
That's crazy, dude.
Our number one tight end's coming back. Our number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs are coming back. All of our offensive linemen are back. So we're not losing. We're losing some skill guys, yeah, but it's not that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Most of our starting secondary is back, which is good because they're all underclassmen, which is why we sucked in the secondary last year. Also, the defensive scheme was horrible. They're putting freshman corners on an island by themselves, and that's never a good idea.
How often do you expect Cam Ward to piss you off?
What?
Carson Beck, you mean?
Carson Beck, sorry.
Probably 2 to 3 times a game.
Piss you off royally?
Not
Yeah.
royally. I don't get that mad. I'm not Zane. What are you talking about?
Okay,
I'm
so
much
the
more laid
maddest
back.
you'll get over a quarterback. How often do you expect Carson Beck to do that to you? 2 or 3
The
times? a week?
maddest I'll get maybe twice all year.
Yeah, really. Okay.
Before
How many
Cam,
boneheaded decisions do you think? he'll
before
make?
Cam Ward, Miami is not a great quarterback play. Tyler Van Dyke,
Tyler Van Dyke.
Oh, dude, I can
Malik
name 'em. I can name
Rozier.
the Miami quarterback.
Malik Rozier, Robert Marv, Ja'Cory Harris,
Just from arguing
Brad
with Zach
Kaya,
over the
Stephen
years.
Morris. I could go on and on. None of these guys were great, dude. Outside of Cam Ward, none of them were great. We had a couple like okay ones. Stephen Morris had a nuclear weapon attached to his shoulder. The problem was it was a shotgun, and he didn't know it was coming out.
The problem, Stephen Morris had a great right arm. The problem was he was left-handed. Like, dude, he did not know how to use that thing. He made the NFL, right?
Yeah, he was on the Colts for a little bit.
I thought he was on the Lions. Blue and white, same thing.
I don't think he ever played, but
I don't think so either.
He was an experiment.
No, Brad Kaya was on the Lions for a little bit.
Brad Kaya, that's who it was.
Yeah.
all right. Chiefs, Texans.
Chiefs, Texans.
What's this game gonna look like?
I have a conspiracy theory in my brain right now
Let's hear
that I
it.
think's gonna happen.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I think. Now, call me crazy. I think something's gonna happen. It's gonna be a close game. Something's gonna happen. Like 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. It's gonna be either a penalty or a missed call that ends up leading the Chiefs to victory. But here's my big conspiracy theory: is I think the script writers have gotten a little too careless. They've gotten a little too careless with how they're writing the script. The Chiefs are going to make the Super Bowl. Okay? The Chiefs are going to make the Super Bowl. So that's going to be the storyline there. The Chiefs, they're going for the three-peat. You know, we're going to show Taylor Swift every 15 minutes. You know, insane numbers on the Super Bowl. But the Lions from the NFC, it's going to be like this dynasty that's attempting to be built in Kansas City versus the new guys that haven't been there, done that, and the new guys are going to win, Detroit winning the Super Bowl.
Me and Kerry
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, me and Kerry argued about this the other day. The Lions, that's where I'd put my house money. If I had Super Bowl house money, I'd put it on the Lions. I'd say that's the best money.
Don't trust that defense. Still,
What are the odds Hayden Hutchinson comes back for the Super Bowl?
I think it's only the Super Bowl. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, he must. I mean, if it's the Super Bowl, he must be working out. I mean, obviously, he's got to be working out. Getting into
that's crazy. After that injury, he's going to be back at the Super Bowl if they get there.
You said something about a close call happening in this game. I feel like these teams played before this year.
They played like 3 weeks ago on Christmas.
Yeah, and I feel like there was a close call at the end of the game.
No,
there?
I mean, that's like every Chiefs game. I don't
or like a missed field goal or a.
I stopped watching the Chiefs. I stopped watching Chiefs games after the Raiders game.
I don't know when they played.
After that illegal shift call, I stopped watching Chiefs because like
nothing
matters.
They played on Christmas.
That one wasn't really like that close.
Or the week before Christmas, the weekend before Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember, I vaguely remember something happening in that game towards the end. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to tell you guys something. The Bucs have been eliminated, obviously, so I would like to see the Ravens win the Super Bowl. But if the Ravens don't win the Super Bowl...
You would take the Ravens to win the Super Bowl over the Bucs. Shut up.
I don't think... No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you
actually
would.
Yeah,
you would.
I just saw the Bucs win a Super Bowl. Yeah, I want to see Lamar win one.
Anyway. Not even a Bucs fan.
But I just saw that like 3 years ago. The whole parade, everything.
It's literally your team.
Yeah, but it just happened. Anyways, if the Ravens don't win it, I would like to see the Kansas City Chiefs three-peat for historical purposes. And then a whole nother conversation opens. Patrick Mahomes three-peated. Tom Brady never three-peated. It would just be a very entertaining offseason if the Chiefs won.
I think it would be the least entertaining offseason of all time.
Yeah. It would be funny because Kerry would get mad.
It would be funny because Kerry would get mad.
People would be comparing Mahomes to Brady.
If we get another Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl, I will not watch it. I will not. But I can guarantee you what's going to happen.
Okay, because these go well.
Kerry guarantees are always solid bets. He's the fade guy.
I'm never wrong. As Zach said, a script writer, here's my script prediction. I think we're either going to see the Chiefs win a three-peat this season, and next year a new young rival is going to prop them up and knock them out next year, or we're going to see it this year. I'm just not sure if it's They want to see the Chiefs get a three-peat, or if they want to see this new young gun. Call me crazy, but if a quarterback is going to beat Mahomes, I think it's going to be either Stroud or Daniels that they're going to prop him up as the next rival for Mahomes.
Super Bowl, you're sick.
Prop it up. Call me crazy.
Okay, you're crazy.
How much have they hyped up Jaden Daniels? How much do you see him everywhere?
I went to go grab a beer, and I heard you saying that, and I didn't even grab the beer because I knew where you were
crazy. The NFL scriptwriters is close. They want Mahomes to have a true rival. Lamar, Allen, Burrow, these guys haven't done it. A young quarterback beats Mahomes, this would give them plenty of interest.
Okay, so off of that.
And I'm not saying it could happen next year, but I'm saying we're either going to get this year or next year that a young quarterback is going to beat the Chiefs.
Okay, so tell me you don't have the Commanders beating the Lions on Saturday.
We're not there yet. We're still in the Chiefs-Texans. We'll talk about that after.
Okay. That's the next game, so I mean.
Did you get your pick then?
I think the Chiefs win this game because I think the NFL scriptwriters are doing their work. I'm so serious. I had a 40-minute conversation at work about this. Maybe not that long. It was probably like a 10-minute conversation, but it was a longer conversation.
Trevor?
CJ Stroud. I said CJ Stroud doesn't suck, but CJ Stroud does not suck, but he will be the reason that they do not win this game. You're not going to the AFC Championship with CJ Stroud right now. He was better last year. Amber Rose? Is that her name?
Amber? Is that the girl the Amber Rose curse? Yes.
Yeah, he's cursed. So yeah, the Chiefs. I might actually throw some money. I haven't bet on the playoffs yet because I've just been worried. I would have loved to bet on the Ravens, but
props are terrible last weekend. I lost so much money.
I'll throw some money on the Chiefs though this weekend.
I might make a 4-game parlay.
Really?
Yeah, and not send it to you.
I feel like you're just gonna take the 4 home teams.
Maybe, I don't know yet.
Yeah, I feel like that's good money.
You haven't picked all the games.
Yeah. All right. How about that second game, Trevor?
What did you say, Kerry, about the Chiefs?
I said Chiefs.
Should we do scores or anything like that? Or?
Sure. I'll take the Chiefs 28-17.
They ain't putting up 28.
28-13.
It's not 30.
Although I will say
27-24.
Will Anderson, real deal. We're going to be talking about him as long as we keep doing this podcast, probably. So, if not longer. Will Anderson, real deal.
It was already broken. I just broke this part. No, it's because I stepped on it earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
That's true. All right, game number 2. Washington at Detroit.
I didn't give my score, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Zach did. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, you did. It was like 28-17 or something.
Oh, 28-13.
Yeah.
Game 2.
Gary, you probably have the most to say about this. All that stuff you're saying about Jaden Daniels. I'm taking the Lions. I'll tell you why, but it's not.
Are you eating something?
Me?
Yes. Oh, you're chewing gum. Oh no, he's got a mitt in his mouth. I was like, why does he keep smacking his lips? I couldn't see him put anything into his mouth.
Yeah.
But I just hear him constantly like.
Carrie, talk to us about this a little bit.
What?
I feel like we're all going to take the Lions, but I feel like if anybody likes the Commanders the most, it's probably you. So.
I'm taking the Commanders.
Really?
I don't know why the Lions are such a heavy favorite in this game, guys. The Lions' defense has been terrible, and they played great against the Vikings, and everybody just forgot they were terrible for like 6 weeks.
That'll be fun to come back to.
Give me the Lions by 2 scores.
Yeah. The NFL loves Jaden Daniels, and this is a scripted league, guys. If Jaden Daniels makes a run, he's going to beat Detroit. Yes, it
is not a scripted.
I don't think scripting Jaden Daniels to a win here makes sense for the NFL.
We'll see. Also,
Jaden Daniels with RG3. So
this kind of happened with Stroud last year, but Jaden Daniels is also playing himself into that 5th quarterback conversation with the way he's played this year.
I have him in my end-of-year rankings. I have him at quarterback 11 in my end-of-years. But
we'll do a rankings after the
Super Bowl. Go to it only goes to like 13 or 14.
You got to rank all 32 starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Will Levis is 32.
Did you give me a score, Kerry? Because I might have some follow-up questions for you.
I'll take the Commanders in a high-scoring 38-34 shootout.
Wow.
Yeah,
Kerry,
man.
if you don't bet the over on this game, you're a coward.
What's the
If
line?
that's
on
what
that?
you actually believe.
What's the
It's
line?
probably like 55 or something like that.
I feel like that's high. I don't think it'd be that high.
I would think it'd be like 59.
Let's look.
I mean, Kerry, you just put it over 60.
You just put it over 70, I think.
55.5.
Yeah, you just put it at 70.
Yeah, so I was almost dead on. I said 55.
Yeah.
So if you don't bet the over on this game, you're a coward and you don't believe in yourself.
Wow.
I'm going to go 34-17
Wow, not even close.
Lions.
Yeah, Kerry, I don't think, like, some things are not possible. They're possible sometimes, but not possible when they need to be possible. I don't think the Commanders are putting up 38 points in any reality, dude, on the Lions this week. Maybe 1 out of 1,000. I'm taking the Lions. I don't have a score, but
All right.
2 scores. Double digits.
Yeah.
Definitely more thought than the Chiefs. Well, what's going to be a closer game? That's a good question.
I think the Chiefs game is going to be closer just because all their games this year have been pretty close.
Yeah.
But all right, next game. What do we got?
Rams, Eagles.
Rams, Eagles. See you, Matthew. Give me. I'm gonna go. I think this game. What's the spread on this game? It's probably not that far, or not that wide.
Does anyone know?
Philly by 6.5. Philly by 6.5.
I think that's pretty high. I think they win by a touchdown.
Kerry,
Yes,
you know random things.
I do.
Is Cooper Kupp healthy?
I think he slept with Stafford's wife, is my guess. Stafford did not even look at him once in the entire first half. He didn't even look in his direction. He threw one pass in the second half. I think he either slept with his wife or something else. I don't know what it is. But
There's no way
Kupp's gone.
Slept with. I mean,
Did you see what he had cornrows in that game?
yeah, I've heard him speak. Anything's possible. I do remember him speaking like, I think early on in his career, somebody interviewed him before he was big, and something being like weird about his voice. Not weird in a bad way, but like I think he has a unique voice, whether it just doesn't fit him or something. But anyways, but they got Puka.
They do have Puka.
Is that going to be enough?
I don't know. Higbee was going off.
This is a good football team. Just nobody cares about them. They don't have a good fan base.
Higbee killed the Vikings. I don't know, but he got hurt.
They also can't play home games right now.
That's true. I mean, they're never going to play one again this year.
Yeah, but they might not ever play one ever.
Have they got to those 5?
Actually, they could if the
calmed that
Commanders
down at
didn't.
all, or
Huh?
have they calmed that fire down? At
I don't
all? Is it
think
still
so.
burning.
Burning.
It's crazy. I said, like Twitter one day, the entire day was just like California's on fire. We're all gonna die. I go to sleep, wake up next morning, just memes again. Like I never saw anything about the fire except the one day. So yeah, there was football on, and then everybody forgot about it. Hopefully, they got a hold of it. You know. Yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. I think this is going to be the closest game of the week. Actually, I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying things like that. It's a hard game to pick because the Rams are a lot better than people.
The Rams are dangerous, but they could also throw up a stinker.
Their D line.
That's why I don't want to say anything crazy about it, because Kerry said what he said is going to be fun to come back to when he's like, "Oh, the Commanders are winning this game. They're going to score 38 points."
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to come
One
back.
guy, that guy on Twitter is going to love me for saying that.
Who?
But like, I mean, you look at a lot of their wins late in the year.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of their wins late in the year. I'm at the Saints 21-14.
The Rams
At the Niners 12-6. At the Jets 19-9. At the Cardinal or versus the Cardinals 13-9. It's like they're more than capable of putting up an absolute stinker of a game.
But also their defense really has played well.
They have.
Minus that Bills game, which they still won, but
that's an odd game, dude.
They lost Aaron Donald, but that D line is Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. They're going to be nasty for years.
I think he was my defensive rookie of the year at the beginning of the season. It was either him or Leitao.
He's going to win it easily.
Verse is going to win it?
He's got it. He's been incredible.
Who do you think is going to win MVP? Not who would you vote for. Who do you think?
Oh, Lamar's going to win.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I've never said Lamar doesn't deserve it.
No, not from you. Not from you.
Trevor's about to come, dude.
No, it's not even you. It's just
he's like
I swore. Being on Twitter, I swore this was Josh's award. I swore he had already won.
It was, and then he needed the stat pad those last 3 weeks, and he didn't. He did nothing against the Patriots, which is not hard to not do.
That was a close game. Didn't I bet on that game?
For no reason, yeah.
It was like a 3-point game. Yeah. Oh, the Jets too.
Yeah.
I think I bet on both of those games, and I was sweating.
I think he had 3 TDs in that Jets game, but
yeah, that was a garbage second half. It was a really close first half. I thought they might actually lose. I remember that game. Yeah, DJ Reed's still pissing me off to this day, dude. I can see that play. I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. I don't see how Jets fans live with themselves, dude.
It's rough.
There's so many teams close by. Like, if you were a Jets fan and like you could just go home one day, put an Eagles jersey on, put a Giants jersey on, put a Bills jersey on, put a Patriots jersey on.
No.
Just walk outside and you would fit in.
Have you ever been up north?
No. It's probably no. But still, like, there's Eagles fans in New York.
Not really.
No, there isn't.
There's gotta be.
No, there isn't.
There's gotta be. There's no way they're all in Philadelphia. They're
in Jersey. But like that rivalry is so deep seated, dude. If like Eagles fans probably got chased out of New York like 20 years ago.
It's like Gators fans in Miami.
They exist. And college football is a little different.
Wait, what did you just say, Gary?
College football is a way different thing than NFL
college football is uncomparable.
Yeah, because the fans are more spread out in college football than they are in the NFL. I feel like the NFL, you only have so many teams, so like you stick to the one that's close.
It's
that's like you watch FGCU men's basketball, Gary. Like you're a
went there
fan, exactly. Like.
How's their football team doing?
Undefeated still.
Who?
FGCU, never lost.
Their football team?
Yeah, never lost.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the what did they have? Like the semester before
They started a club team, and then someone involved with the club team started messaging players offering scholarships. And so they canceled the whole thing.
After what, like a year?
Less than that. It was like 6 months.
Where did they?
So I remember. Didn't me and you go to the first meeting, Trevor?
Yeah, I think so.
Football.
Like I was gonna graduate in like 5 months. Or 6 months. I was like drinking like 3 or 4 times a week, and they were like, "We got to work out every day. We got to wake up at 5 a.m. every day." And I was like, "I'm not doing that shit, man." But it would have been fun. I kind of wish I did do it. I wouldn't have had to been in good shape to play on that team. Looking back on it,
no, you wouldn't.
But I probably could have been a little drunk even at the game. But
stay loose.
It was really just intramural with pads.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It'd been 11-on-11 instead of 7-on-7, but other than that.
Honestly, with how much football we played at FGCU, if they started it a year earlier, I probably would have played. Because Dante played. He was their starting running back.
Did they ever get to, like, actually having games?
Yeah, they played a full season.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They were good, too. But, like, it was weird. They played the University of Florida, and they killed them, which is odd to me. Like, Florida's student body is, like, probably like
12 times the size.
yeah,
of
10 times the
GCUs.
kind of size of FGCU. Like, you can't put together like some rejects. I guess there's a bunch of nerds up there. I don't know, but we killed them. It was like 50-20 or something.
Dang.
But yeah, I would have done it a year
I'm
earlier.
gonna go back to school, play intramural football. That's what my plan is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach, who'd you take?
Sorry, what game were we talking about? I got lost.
Rams
Philly-
Eagles.
Rams, Eagles.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I already said see you, Matthew Stafford. Eagles by 7.
All right. Yeah. Sadly, I'm going to take the Eagles. Sadly. I'm going to pray to God that they lose. Please let them lose.
Are
Please.
you really gonna pray that the Eagles lose?
I hate their fan base. Oh, Sirianni needs to lose. Sirianni needs to go. Please.
I saw a graphic about them comparing like position units with the teams, and like it was all pretty close. And like the Rams head coach and Eagles head coach was like neck and neck. They were both elite.
They
what's he
gave the
calling
neck. They gave the head. They gave the coaching to Sirianni
That's crazy.
It wasn't
over
close.
McVay.
The
You know
Eagles,
what
the Eagles have
Sirianni
every
is?
single
Zach, you know
position.
who Guy Jennings is?
Guy Jennings. I feel like the name's
The Auburndale High School soccer coach from a long time ago.
Yes.
All I ever heard about him was like he was such a good motivator, but he was just like a horrible soccer coach. I feel like that's what like Sirianni is. Just like embodies what it means to be from Philly. He's a good motivator. Oh, we got to talk about the book situation. What do you guys think about that?
The what?
AJ Brown was reading a book on the sideline, and it was like how to be a better.
I used to, when I was playing
better
Little League,
self or something. It was like a self-help book
when
because
I played
Sirianni
Little
told
League
him to
baseball,
stop
I read a
yelling
book.
at AJ Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't care.
They were talking about that. They said
It was funny.
it was like headphones. What do you guys think? Because he was doing it in like the second and like the third quarter. He was sitting on the bench reading a book. AJ Brown. It was like a 2-score game, 1-score game, 10-point game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm ready for bed. So
Well, I'm going to talk about this
Jesus.
next game for like 45 minutes. So I actually got to pee. So I don't know if you guys want to give your closing thoughts to the first 3 teams or the first. I want to give some something.
I don't care. All right.
start on this game.
Bills Ravens. The game of the week, undoubtedly.
So Twitter's gonna blow up over this one.
No matter who wins,
Trevor's
there's gonna
gonna
be a dumpster fire for like a week and a half.
whatever happens, Trevor's gonna be annoying as hell about it. That's all I can guarantee.
Yeah, Lamar could throw 8 interceptions in that game, and he'd be like, "It wasn't Lamar's fault."
Josh Allen's gonna have like 5 incompletions and lose, and Trevor's gonna be like, Josh Allen sucks.
He can't get it done.
carry.
Throws for like 500 yards, 6 touchdowns.
What nonsense are you guys talking about? Are you guys having fantasies in here? Are you guys having Josh Allen fantasies in here while I'm grabbing a beer?
Trevor said Ty Johnson was the
I thought
best.
you were going to the bathroom.
He said Ty Johnson was
both.
the best third down back in the NFL.
And those were not my words. Those came from the
That is not
announcers
what's
of that
going.
game. I don't remember who was
No,
announcing.
no
I think it was
later.
somebody else. They said Ty Johnson was the best third down back in football. And you were at a Little League softball game when that game was on.
At a Little League softball game.
You're at a Little League softball field when the Bills game was on.
Why are you going to Little League softball games, Kerry? Just
Why
out
am
of
I at a
curiosity.
Little League softball game?
You were at softball fields.
Oh, I was walking the dog.
Oh, okay.
Is that what the kids call it nowadays? Walking the dog?
Walking the dog.
Walking the dog. With
Walking the
ice
dog. Cranking his hog. Anyways.
cream. Oh, dear.
This game's a good one. This game's a good one.
great
It's going to be entertaining.
This is a game of the year,
I'll give you.
probably.
I'll go for. I'll give you my beer league carry guarantee on this game. Guarantee. I'm never wrong on anything.
So pretty much
Ever.
it's like my buy 50.
I wonder if he's like he does the Zane thing where he starts actively rooting against what he wants to happen, so that because he knows if he roots for it, it's not going to happen.
But then
Why are we
like,
taking the Ravens?
there's no way you can do that.
Ravens 34-24, the final. Ravens cruise to victory. Lamar looks incredible. Josh Allen has an interception, and the Bills falter. Trevor's going to be super annoying about this game, but unfortunately, the Baltimore Ravens win by 10.
So you haven't put much thought into this game. How did the Ravens get to 34 points without say?
Derrick Henry.
Same way they got to as many
So
wins as
they're
they got to
chewing
this
clock with Derrick Henry, and they put up 34 points. Josh Allen, you said he throws an
I
interception.
said Josh Allen will have a turnover.
You said he throws a pick.
Yeah, interception.
Okay, but besides that, 'cause that's just one throw. What does he do besides that? You know, the offense got 80 other plays.
I think he'll be fine. I
year.
think
You think they're going to run 80 plays on offense, Trevor?
I think they'll both
Probably
play.
more like 60. But I don't know. I just said 80.
He said 80, and I was like, damn, this game's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, probably more like
54-55.
I think we'll see. Both of them will play pretty comparably. Neither great, but both pretty good. But I think we'll get one interception that makes a difference, and then Tyler Bass will mix the field goal, and then Bills Mafia will blame everything on like Tyler Bass or something.
You know, I hate that you said that because I've been so infatuated, worried about Zay Flowers being out. And like,
I think you're a Bucks fan. Why are you worried about Zay Flowers being out?
because I want Lamar.
Because he's not a Bucks fan.
He's
I'm
not.
a Bucks fan, but Lamar's my favorite.
Not a
player.
Bucks.
He's a Ravens fan.
He really
I'm
is.
not. Lamar's my favorite player. I want him
He
to win.
changes every
The
year.
Bucks are out.
He's a Dolphins fan last year.
Yeah, true.
I was never.
And the
a
year
Dolphins
before, he was a
fan.
Bengals fan.
Yeah.
I was not a Dolphins fan, but there was a time in my life, in all of our lives, where the Dolphins, dude, it was for like 7 or 8 or 9 weeks where they were like must-see TV. I thought they could win a Super Bowl.
You mean every year in September, and then they do nothing after?
No, it was the other. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Zach, did you know Dan Campbell was an interim head coach for the Dolphins?
I did not know that.
He's in 2015. He went 5-7 as the Dolphins head
Oh
coach.
yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously rooting. You know, I'm rooting for the Ravens.
Wow.
Just like
really?
you guys are rooting
Whoa,
for the Bills.
what? You're rooting for the
Shocker.
Ravens in this game?
Yeah, you guys
Oh.
are rooting for the Bills.
Listen, I just want to see good football. That's all I care about.
I just want to see Trevor get mad.
That would be
I'm
funny.
actually watching this game.
The
at-
person that would be most mad about this game is
Trevor.
Snowman Scott.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys something. I'm actually watching this game at a Buffalo Bills bar.
Trevor, that is risky. I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
Are you going to wear a
I will be
Ravens
doing
jersey
that.
too?
I don't have a Ravens jersey.
You could buy one.
Dude, this might be the last time we hear from Trevor, honestly.
And I will be drinking. I will be drinking.
Trevor's a hated man by Bills fans on Twitter.
Someone's
There's
going to wreck
actually a,
this, and we're not going to hear from him again.
So I was
No.
arguing with somebody back in January, actually. That's why I say this is the game of the year.
Like
Because
last January or like a
Yeah,
couple
last
weeks ago?
January. Last night.
Arguing with someone back in January. How long ago was it? Oh,
Honestly,
God.
this
Probably 3 days ago.
Didn't someone threaten to beat you up if you ever went to Buffalo or something?
Oh, he's like, yeah, come to Buffalo, wear a red hoodie, and roll your window down. And I was like, I'm not doing that. But I have grown very fond of blue cheese. What were we getting at before?
What do you do? You said, where are you going?
Oh, right. Anyways, last January, I was arguing with these Bills fans on Twitter, and it's actually the group that is going to be at the place that I'm going to. They don't know that I'm going, but I'm going.
They do now, buddy.
Yeah.
KL Buffalo, you listening?
Yeah. So
Just post that on Beerly Football.
I'm definitely going to
Just that
tweet a
clip.
picture out. I'm going to tweet a picture out of where I'm at, and it's going to say enemy territory or something, but there's going to be a ton of Bills fans. So, yeah. And that place has a Twisted Tea on tap. So you're right. I
There
might.
you go.
This might be the last time you ever hear from me.
Goodness.
So, Trevor, what's going to be your reaction if the Ravens lose this game? Just because you're the one that's most invested in the outcome.
So if they lose this game, it's going to be because the Bills are just hot in the first half. Because if this is a close game in the first half, I think the Ravens will win. Especially if they have a lead at halftime, I think they'll win. But if the Bills get out hot early, which is hard to do in, 0 degrees or 15 degrees, whatever it is. They said it's going to be windy. They said it's probably not going to snow, but still bad weather, windy weather. It's probably going to be because they have to throw a lot, and Zay Flowers is out. They're going to rely on guys like Anthony Miller, Devontae Walker, and that's where you could see Lamar throwing a pick, trying to force something, trying to stay in a game where the Bills are just uncatchable. But this is really about this game is really about the Ravens defense. Like, we saw how bad they were at the first half of the year, and the second half of the year, the turnaround they had. This is really about the Ravens defense, because if the Ravens defense is successful, Lamar can run the ball, Derrick Henry can run the ball. They still have some pretty good options, even without their wide receiver one being out, to be able to throw the ball consistently. I don't like them coming from behind in this game. If they get down 2 scores quick, I don't like it. I'll probably leave the bar early. But, yeah, I'd hate to be the police officer that sees me behind the wheel, dude, after a Ravens loss.
Oh, God.
You been drinking? Just throw up on
Oh, to be fair, you throw up randomly anyway, so.
Yeah, I got a Josh Allen jersey. Just give me your gun, officer. Yeah.
So this is gonna affect you, like, mentally and emotionally.
Nah, not really. I actually think, call me crazy, I think the Bills, who's currently favorited? I think the Bills should be favorited.
The Ravens are favorited by 1.
Less than 4 points. Okay.
It's basically a pick 'em.
This feels like, okay, so if the Super Bowl is like the Chiefs versus the Eagles, like Kerry said, like, this has got to be my Super Bowl then. But
I feel like this is your Super Bowl every year.
before Zay Flowers got hurt, I had my official Super Bowl prediction was the Lions beating the Ravens 34-26. But now I don't know. I haven't given it that much thought yet. I'm actually going to take Buffalo in this game by less than a touchdown.
Okay.
But
You think Justin Tucker's going to miss a game-tying kick or something at the end?
I wasn't even worried. Like, my worry was just all about Zay Flowers, and then Carrie said something earlier about a kisser or
Carrie was talking earlier about kissing and
kicker missing
what
the
is it
kick.
like kiss a woman? And I was like, oh, Justin Tucker.
Dude, Justin Tucker missed some kicks this year, and I would hate to see how that happened this Sunday night. But I could see it. It's going to be windy. It's going to be a game of inches.
Zane's calling you a fake fan.
He is a fake fan.
I'm a Bucks fan.
Wow, that's heavily debated in scholarly circles.
Yeah,
all around the
allegedly.
world.
I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, if I had to get a score, like 31-30. It's not going to be the score, but it's going to be a close game around 30. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Bills, and I'm going to try and drink more beverages than the Bills score.
More beverages?
Yeah.
I think you can go home at halftime, little boy. Think about doing that.
This is about the Ravens defense, man. They really gotta ride, and it's gonna help them out a little bit with the conditions. It shouldn't be easy to throw. It's gonna be windy.
By the way, that's the only time I've ever blacked out is I did what you're talking about.
You raced a team.
So it was like the NFC Championship game. I don't remember what year it was, but it was the Cowboys and somebody. And after the first, I was taking a shot every time someone scored. So touchdown, field goal. At halftime, the score was like 7-10. I think the final score of the game was like 34-31 or something like that.
Do you have to work the next morning?
No, I was in college.
Oh,
And-
even better. Got a class at 4:30.
No, it
Didn't
was a
even
weekend,
take,
dude. It was a weekend.
oh,
I didn't have
good.
class the next day. But, like, I don't remember any of that second half. Like, any of it. I know I was awake because Carrie took videos of me. But I don't remember any of that second half.
Wesley?
Yes.
Oh no, I think it was a Purdue game.
No. It wasn't a Purdue
Not
game.
that, because that one you kept doing Boilermakers, I think.
There was a time there. in
I did a
college where
Boilermaker every time Purdue scored a touchdown that one time. That I didn't black out on.
We had a lot of things that incorporated drinking in college, which is why this podcast was just like perfect. We literally just did this. We just started recording it one day.
Yeah.
So
Added a little structure and pressed the record button.
put on a polo. I'm still not wearing pants. But, it's been 7
Shout out to
years.
Zane.
Shout out to Zane.
Not wearing pants. Shout out to Zane.
Did you pick Zach?
I haven't picked yet.
You said Buffalo, right, Trevor?
Yeah, this is an emotional game, man. This is the most emotional game of the year.
I think
Football game.
I hate calling these. But I'm gonna do it right here. I think this is the moment. This is ignoring the NFL script writers because I know it's going to happen. I just told you about 25 minutes ago. But I think this is the moment. I think Josh Allen really becomes QB1.
Wow.
Even if he wins this game, he's not close to Mahomes. I feel like the only quarterback that can get up there with Mahomes would be Lamar, this year.
If he beats Lamar, and then knocks out Mahomes next round, wins the Super Bowl, he's not.
Okay, Mahomes has 2 MVPs and 3 rings, and now Allen has 1 ring.
And Lamar has 0.
But I'm talking about this is the moment of the shift.
Oh my god.
This is
But
the
why would
moment
they
of the
just
shift.
shift it to Lamar? He's already, he's got 2.5 MVPs already.
Because I didn't call Lamar. I called Josh Allen years
What?
ago.
Just call Lamar.
I don't want to call Lamar.
Come on.
Besides,
Why?
he doesn't like hanging out with anybody in the offseason. He said that himself. So, I'll call Josh. We'll go play a round of golf.
I tried to play golf with Tyreek Hill today.
That man is not golf. He just beats little children. He gets people pregnant.
I feel like Tyreek Hill, we would have fun if we went.
Yeah, you would probably get a lot of girls pregnant together, honestly.
Yeah,
You guys have a lot of the
definitely
same hobbies.
If there was some baby mama, that's why golf is perfect. If there's baby mama drama, turn your phone off and just, walk into the game. Golfing is a perfect thing to do anytime.
But I think this is the moment where the shift begins and Josh Allen becomes QB1. I think this is still a close game. I think it's a duel.
So you think Mahomes with a ring this year?
Huh?
I feel like he would need a ring and an MVP which might happen.
No, so I'm saying this is the moment where it starts, the change begins.
Isn't he older than Mahomes?
No, I think he's younger.
That's probably no.
I know
Mahomes
Josh.
is-
You better win something soon. He's pushing 30, dude.
What?
Josh Allen? He's almost
They're all
30.
the same age. Mahomes is 1 year older than Allen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mahomes. What is Mahomes? 29?
Lamar's the same age as Allen.
Both 28.
I thought Lamar was 27. When's his birthday? December 16th?
No,
January 16th?
Just said he's 28.
His birthday had to be in the last week. There's no way.
He memorized the
27.
date.
It's January 7th.
Okay,
Did you
that
send
makes
him a
That's
birthday-
crazy. You're not a Bucks fan. You
Did
are
you
a
send him a
Ravens
birthday
fan.
present, Trevor?
That's crazy.
No, I saw it on Twitter. Somebody
Did you
was
get him a
like,
cake?
no, somebody was like, it's Lamar's birthday. I'm throwing something on the grill. They had a little cookout. It was like a.
Oh, I
Wednesday
saw
or
those
something.
tweets too. I saw those. It's Lamar's birthday. I also saw LeBron birthday stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very.
Trevor talked
wild.
about it the other week.
That's a trend. And LeBron's birthday is it's right around New Year's too. Nah, dead ass. It's December 30th.
Dude,
don't even
Trevor
look it
puts
up.
on a 23 Lakers jersey. He goes out like with like the sleeve and everything. He goes, "Happy birthday, my king."
And it's still sticking together in the middle.
Oh, God.
Anyone that wants to
Not a Bucks fan, says Zane.
He's not.
Zane,
Zane's a real Bucks fan. Trevor's
True.
not.
why?
Zane is a real Bucks fan.
Dude, I've been going to. I mean, I got a resume as a Bucks fan.
You went to games. You don't even root for them. You root for the Ravens win a Super Bowl.
What do you mean I don't?
Bro,
root for them?
if you went to a Bucks Ravens game at
I
halftime, you'd be
did.
chanting. Yeah, I know you did. You'd probably chanting MVP in the fourth quarter when Lamar's driving down the field.
Trevor, did you even watch the end of the Buck team, or did you go to sleep?
The Bucks game, I stayed up. It was a slow death. It was terrible.
And you were probably like, oh, whatever, on the next day. If Lamar loses, Trevor's gonna be crying on Sunday. There's gonna be tears coming out of his eyes.
But I'm going to take – so I didn't give my score prediction. I think the Bills win it. I'm going to go 31-24. I don't think it comes down to a field goal. I think it comes down to a final drive for Lamar. And I think that it just throwing the ball doesn't get it done.
Okay, so you have 24 points, so you like the possibility of them relying. How reliant do you think they are on their kicking game? Do you think Tucker just goes 1 for 1, has an easy day? You know?
I could see him going 1 for 2.
I don't like that. But that comes down to kicking then. If he misses a field goal? Well, not really.
I mean, not at 31-24. It really doesn't.
I think we'll also see a fast start by one of the teams, and then the other one will catch up.
It's hard to start fast in the cold, dude, unless there's like a
Yeah.
punt return or a kick return or something.
Bills,
Or a big run.
Especially
Or like a broken play. Like a broken play in the cold
Yeah.
can happen.
Bills are used
So,
to
like, you
it.
get someone out in space, they break a tackle, and they make, like, a guy miss.
Shakir. What is Khalil Shakir's first half receiving? Whatever it is, take it.
I think his lines are like 40, 50 for the game.
You know that?
Yeah.
His first half receiving, but it's weird that I know.
No, I don't know his first half. I'm saying his regular line.
It's only 40 for the game,
It's like 40 or 50. It's probably 50. It's like low 50, I think.
so his first half is about like.
Betting on the Bills is impossible because there's like 10 guys that catch it. Amari Cooper's line.
Yeah, but this is like
yards.
you got to have your best guys out there as much as possible.
They
So-
play like
Gotta
5
get him
wide
the ball.
receivers and 3 running backs and 2 tight ends.
Dude, imagine this is Sunday night. These two teams have been talking shit for 10 months now. Imagine you win this game, glory, just to lose to the Chiefs next week. Dude.
That's what's gonna happen. Too.
Oh no.
What happens every year.
I feel like they're just gonna like.
But
use
I feel like here's the thing. I feel like if Josh Allen wins this game, I think that the Bills beat the Chiefs. If the Ravens win this game, I think the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. And I don't want to see that.
Match up better with the Lions than maybe the Ravens do. But hopefully Zay Flowers, I mean, if they win this game, hopefully he would be back next week. They said he was going to be practicing this week, but
Still
that was
hasn't.
before the Steelers game.
Yeah, he still hasn't practiced.
Yeah.
So that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
So for AFC Championship, I have Bills, Chiefs, and NFC Championship, I have Lions, Eagles. Gary has the Commanders. Did anyone take the Rams?
No.
Nope.
Rams keep it close. Rams will keep
I
it
said
close.
that they would, but
Yeah, Rams will keep it close.
You want to do your Super Bowl predictions too as of now?
I got to think about it. It was the Lions over the Ravens, but Zay Flowers is a very important part of this.
it heavily depends on the winner of the Sunday night game, I think.
All right.
He's a weapon.
I'm taking KC and Baltimore. I think KC will beat Baltimore, and then I'm taking Philly and Washington, and I think Philly goes to the Super Bowl.
So you think it'll be Philly and KC?
My worst not. I will not watch that game. Will not-
Why? So you better turn up for the.
I hate both those fan bases.
Bro, you better fly into Orchard Park tomorrow.
Hate both of those fan bases. It's kind of sad, guys. We only have 8 football games left.
I know.
8.
Gary, are you more excited for Ravens Bills or the College National Championship?
I Definitely Ravens, but I don't like watching Notre Dame at all.
But I know you really liked college.
I just don't like the college. The playoffs were underwhelming this year. There was not very many great games.
Yeah.
No.
I
But there
think
also
that's
wasn't that
true.
many great teams either.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think in the long term, the playoffs involving a lot of teams, like 12 teams, is going to help spread out recruiting a little bit.
I think it's just not.
I agree.
You're going to see more bigger recruits want to go to Boise now, maybe want to go to Arizona State. You know,
because they have a chance to be the guy at Arizona State.
And that's the ultimate goal. Like,
you want to be the guy at a school.
Yeah.
You don't want to just go to Ohio State just because you get a Hellcat.
And I feel like a lot.
That was so funny. Did you hear about I know we talked about it, I think, a couple weeks ago, the Shane Gillis and Nick Saban thing.
Oh, no, I saw that, but I didn't click on it.
Did you? He went on his podcast and talked about it and said he's just trying to mess.
Who has a podcast?
Not Nick Saban.
Oh, okay.
Shane Gillis.
All right.
He went on a podcast and talked about it. He's just like, oh, I was just trying to like mess around with him, and then he actually got really mad.
What did he get mad at?
He said that the reason the SEC was so good for so long was because they were paying players, which is obviously true. It's like so obviously true.
I don't know.
Like you take a guy who's like his family, like his household income was like 20 grand, and all of a sudden he's got a 50 grand car.
This is what I always thought in my childhood was like, because I would see schools get busted. Like I would see LSU would get busted one year, Oregon would get busted one year. I always thought it was like the top like 3 or 4 schools were paying players. Like growing up, I thought Bama was paying players, Ohio State, and like
they all did.
But now, like, it doesn't even matter. Carson Beck's making $10 million. That's crazy. Travis Hunter should go back to school. He said
for what?
something
So
about that on
people
his
could
podcast.
see him for the fraud that he is.
But like, how much money do you get as a rookie that goes first overall or top 3?
They'll get more money. And
You even get 10 mil?
Who got 10 mil?
Carson Beck.
We got 5, I thought.
I saw 10.
I saw 10.
Dude, I saw like that's what I'm saying. I think rookies.
I saw like the first day, so it might have been different.
Dude, the NFL, they're gonna need to match that. Like, or like you're gonna see guys going back to school. Like, if Carson Beck can get 10 mil, you don't think Travis Hunter can get like 15 from Texas or Georgia or something or Bama?
That's why I was surprised that Ewers didn't go back to because I know like Ohio State and a couple other schools.
I mean,
were interested
playing in the NFL is the ultimate.
He had an
goal.
$8 million offer.
Yeah, like
that he turned down.
He's not gonna. I don't. He might get like second round, but he's not gonna get big money.
I think he just wants to retire, bro.
Also, I think he was just sick of being in college.
I think he's sick of being at Texas. I mean,
yeah.
I feel bad for him just like
maybe somebody promised him. Maybe the Giants, somebody with good ownership promised him. They say, "Hey, we'll promise."
Like he was not a bad quarterback, but just like the calls from Manning.
What do the Giants have?
Giants
3?
have like 5.
I thought they had 3.
It's Titans, Browns, Patriots at 4.
That Cam Ward is a Cleveland Brown.
Jaguars at 3?
No, we're like 6 or something.
So maybe it's the Giants. Yeah, it is Giants. Giants 3, Jags 5.
I heard
Trade
the
back.
$8 million.
Trade back.
I heard the $8 million offer to Quinn Ewers was from Texas for him to. They were paying him $8 million to go transfer to leave.
It's gonna be hilarious if Art sucks.
I don't
good,
think
though,
he's
right?
as good as some people say.
He looked.
But like, if you're
first
of all, he's big. His last name is Manning, and he's at Texas. He's gonna have a good line. He's gonna have a good running back. He's gonna have a good receiver and tight end. Like, how do you mess that up? He can run.
People
too,
have.
Right? I'm saying if this guy is just good, if he's just a point guard, he'll go in the first round next year.
I've heard the Manning family wants him to stay for 2 years.
Before he goes.
Why? For a degree?
They just want him to play 2 years college before he goes to the NFL.
Well, I guess with the money, it's not even gonna matter, dude. Like he's gonna be a millionaire by the time he gets to the NFL.
He's in Manning. He doesn't have money already.
Yeah, but like, you can't assume that they like money of his own. You know?
You think that they're not paying him NIL money to be at Texas at least $1 million? You're
he's
crazy.
like one of the highest paid already.
Yeah.
No, he's top 5 for sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
But just like that's such a different concept, dude. I've been like watching football for my whole life, and now you're telling me like the thing like people used to cry when they got drafted because they were poor their entire life and their whole family was poor, and like you get drafted and the next day you're a millionaire. Now like, you're a millionaire at 15. What?
This has him at $6 million.
Yeah, I don't get it. Isn't that kind of odd, Zach?
It is, but at the same time, a lot of those like first overall picks and stuff. Like again, if you look at their socials, like you said, they're driving around like Hellcats and stuff.
But not even like first overall picks, like the top 10 guys.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the same. Like all those top players, like if you look at their socials, they like had cars, they had money. And they were posing with it. Like jewelry that costs more than a yearly salary.
All athletes get that. Like, do you remember when LeBron was like a kid and he had a single mom and he had this like brand new sports car out of nowhere that just showed up? Like, they all get stuff.
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, it was like a controversy back then because it was like a while ago when these things weren't out in the open.
Yeah, I know Reebok offered him a deal right when he turned 18 for $10 million, and they said you could have $10 million right now, but you're not allowed to talk to any other company. And he didn't take it. That would have been crazy, bro. Reebok getting LeBron.
John Wall had Reebok for a year. I had a pair of those shoes.
Yeah, I feel like he had it for a couple years. Who had the ones with like the squigglies?
That was John Wall.
Those were John Wall's?
Yeah, I had John Wall's.
Wow.
I had John Wall's.
Crazy. I gotta look
until those shoes died. I wore those forever.
And I swore they gave me like a 40-inch vert, dude. Like I would be wearing them things to bed, bro.
But all right, I think that's all we have for tonight's show. Unless you guys want to add anything.
Reebok Zig Techs. If anybody's still listening, look up Reebok Zig Tech in Google Images. That's what, dude, I loved those shoes. Middle school playing basketball.
Yeah. Oh. All right, we will see you guys next week following the divisional round, headed to the AAFC and NFC championship weekend.